Eagles go out and sign Rashad Penny, the running back from the Seattle Seahawks. And let me tell you this, he is not being brought in to be the number one back. Of course, they like running back by committee, but there's a bigger plan in place. The Eagles are going to take a running back early in this draft. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. So we got some Eagles breaking news happening right now as the Eagles have made their first free agent signing of the 2023 offseason. And what they did was they signed running back Rashad Penny to a one-year deal from the Seattle Seahawks. Now, you're going to hear a lot of people telling you this is their running back. This is who they want next year. It's going to be complimentary with Kenneth Gainwell. But I'm telling you this, there is more going on at the running back position. Just wait and see. This is just the first step. Now, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, most throttled Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I appreciate each and every one of you guys, all the support you give me. It truly, truly means a lot. Thank you so much. Now, let's just jump right into this because I'm seeing a lot of different things being said on the internet, Twitter and whatnot. And I'm going to give you my take on this Rashad Penny signing by the Eagles because I think it's coming as a little bit of surprise to some people because, let's face it, Rashad Penny is a guy who, when he plays, he's pretty good, right? He plays, he's decent, but he can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy. And you may be saying to yourself, why on earth would the Eagles go out and replace Miles Sanders, somebody who they said couldn't stay on the field enough either, and replace him with Rashad Penny when Miles is better? Well, clearly Miles is going to get more money, but I don't think this Rashad Penny signing is as bad as everybody thinks or may think, or what you may hear, because I don't think he is being brought in to be a primary back, okay? I don't think he's just being in to be him and Kenneth Gainwell. I don't think the Eagles are done yet at the running back position. I think this is just the move to set up the other moves, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what they do at the running back position, okay? Now, we just heard this. It was broken by Ian Rappaport. He said, source, the Pound Eagles have agreed to terms with Pound Seahawks running back Rashad Penny. Ralph Vacciano, I don't know how to say your name wrong, I'm sorry. But he says, the Eagles agreed to terms on a deal with former Seahawks running back Rashad Penny per at Rap Sheet. Penny has been battered by injuries in his 5 NFL seasons, including a torn ACL in 2019 that cost him most of 2020 and a broken leg last October. Has averaged 5.7 yards a carry, though. So, when he's out on the field and he's playing, he's productive. He's a good running back, right? I mean, we could go back and we could look at some of his years. His best year was 2021. He played in 10 games, had 749 yards on 119 attempts, averaged 6.3 yards a carry, 6 touchdowns. He's a decent rotational running back. We are talking about a guy that the Eagles are bringing in as a second or third running back. I don't believe that we're talking about a featured back here. Remember, the Eagles, they don't have a ton of money, right? They don't have a ton of money, so what can we expect from them at the running back position? It's a fair thing to say. And they look at Rashad Penny and they're saying to themselves, the guy is injured, the guy has been hurt, but if we can get him to come in for 1 year and he can stay healthy, he will be productive with this team. He will be productive behind that line. You guys tell me all the time that if you put an average running back behind the Eagles' great offensive line, he's going to put up really good numbers. And I always counter with, well, then put a great running back behind a great offensive line. Let's see what happens. But Rashad Penny in my opinion, is being brought in as a guy that is going to be part of a rotation. And I don't even think he's going to be your main back. I think this is telling us, and what I'm getting from what is going on right here with this Rashad Penny signing is I think the Eagles are going to maybe revamp this running back group a little more than people think. Now, a lot of people are high on Kenneth Gainwell and they think he's the number one. I'm not so sure the Eagles think so. I think they think he's a guy that can, that can fit in and do some things that they like, and there's some things that they can't do. But I look at Rashad Penny as a good value signing, probably a very low risk in what they're paying him to come in. And if he plays well, you've got yourself not only somebody who plays good when he's healthy, but he'll be your second back. He ain't going to be your lead back. The Eagles are going to still go out and get another back. Now, what I think, and what people are going to probably disagree with me, but I think that this probably points to the fact that the Eagles are probably going to draft a running back within the first 2 rounds. They're going to draft a running back early. And to me, Rashaad Penny, he's 27 years old. He's 5'11", and 220 pounds. Okay, 5'11" and 220 pounds. Right. So he's got a little more size than the Eagles have had in previous years with their running backs. Right. They've had small running backs. Well, do you know how big Bijan Robinson is? Bijan Robinson is 6 foot, 220 pounds. Very similar size. Right? Bijan Robinson's a little bigger than him. Now, Bijan Robinson's a better back. So where am I going with this? I think the Eagles are going to give you a different look than you've had in the past with the running backs. It's not going to be, your running backs are not going to be Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell, and Rashad Penny. I don't believe that for a second. This is just step one of what's going to go down at the running back position. I think, as crazy as it sounds, and I'm a crazy mud humper, I think this increases the chance of a Bijan Robinson or Jahmyr Gibbs to the Philadelphia Eagles. I really do. And to me, the fact that they went out and they got him cheap tells me that this is not to replace Miles Sanders, because this signing can't. The Eagles are not going to sit there and say, we're going to make a guy who's been injury prone and beat up, we're going to make him our number one running back next year, and we're going to count on him to be our number one running back. They're not going to do that. They can't count him. The guy's been hurt. He's a low cost, high reward, because if he's healthy, he's productive. When he plays, he's productive. But there's no way that the Eagles are going to go in the season and count him as the number one back or look at him that way. Sure, they're going to want to use a rotational. They like to rotate their running backs. I don't believe they look at Kenneth Gainwell and say, all right, he's our number one back, he's our lead back. Even though they do rotate these guys in and out. There's another shoe to drop with the running back position. Without question, the Eagles are looking in the draft for a running back. And I think that it's going to happen fairly early. And I think that a guy like Bijan Robinson would shock the world. It would shock everybody in the NFL. Nobody would see this coming, especially Eagle fans. And it would be a great move if the Eagles could find a way to land Bijan Robinson. And if they can't and they can get Jahmyr Gibbs, that's fine too. But this Rashad Penny signing, that tells you, it should tell you that the Eagles, the running, but more than just Miles Sanders, is going to change off of this spot. This signing tells me that they're revamping their whole running back group. I don't know. Maybe Boston Scott won't be back. Maybe they let him go and they move Gainwell in at his position, and then Penny's your number two back. The Eagles are changing up their backs, and I like the idea that it's going to change up a little bit. I think you have to have a guy with a little more size, a guy that can get you 3rd and 1, right? All these teams are trying to ban the Eagles from going out there and doing their quarterback sneaks. So you need a guy who could be a 3rd down back, a 3rd and 1, get you a yard. 3rd and 2, get you a couple yards. Rashad Penny can do that. he can do that. And I think that this is just the first shoe to drop. So when you hear the people and everybody talking about, oh no, the Rashad Penny, that's the guy we're getting. He's our running back. Next year, him and Gainwell, we are screwed. This is just step one. Step one of what's going to happen, because the Eagles are going to make a move at the running back. There's another move coming, and I don't think it's going to be a veteran player. I don't think, you never know. I don't think it'll be a cream hunt or something like that. Tells me they're going early draft. They're going running back, and they're going to get a running back, and they want to get a running back, not just that is a draft pick that rotates in or plays a little bit. They're going to go draft a running back early that is going to be able to come in and start right away. That's what they're looking for. So what running backs are out there in this draft that can come in and start right away, that's going to go fairly early in this draft? That's who the Eagles are targeting. And I believe that this kind of move right here tells us they're going running back early in the draft. Not number 10 overall. Let me make that clear. Not number 10 overall. But maybe in the second round, maybe they trade up at that 30th pick. And I'm telling you, keep your eye on Gibbs, keep your eye on Bijan Robinson, because I believe more than ever now that is some play. With that said, take care. I will talk to you guys later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. Man, my DMs are blowing up. My texts, my messages are blowing up. Relax, relax, relax. It's all part of the plan. And we got to see how the plan is going to unfold. This is not the final move at running back. The Eagles, they're doing what they're doing. Let's just wait and see what happens. Denzel Washington out.